And finally, we finish off with the Monka Echo. Good afternoon, welcome to Turbo Tortoise Tech. If you're new here, I'm recently 4-piece variety, Orchid Triple XL, and I finally finished the entire range of Marvo Monka products. They've really knocked it out of the park in certain areas, especially like with the Storm, the Guru, and even one of their controllers, which now escapes me by name. I review a lot of tech, don't look at me like that, but they've done a really good job in a lot of sensors. Audio is a really tough one. I'm not off the bat saying this is bad. The construction, the build and stuff is actually really good, way past what I would consider for 500 but I'm a bit of an audio snob, being a Sennheiser fan for a very, very long time. And my headphone amp costing more than 4 times what these do, I've got a little bit of a standard, let's say, that I look for in a product. But price versus performance here is still basically just as good as all of their other products. Just the space is way, way more competitive, honestly, because audio is something that you always need, whether you're just looking at a video or, listening to music. It's a big part of our lives is audio. And so there's a lot just more competition. It's just a broader space. Anyhow, let's first go through what's in the box. So the package contents is kind of mental. They've included a really nice felt bag for you to carry everything in. There's obviously your headset, there's a detachable microphone, your 2.4 gigahertz dongle, a USB Type-C for charging, 2 sets of headbands, so you can have a yellow hazard kind of warning looking one, or the standard red Monka version, and then a 3.5mm jack. The included cables, the Type-C and the 3.5mm, are kind of standard and average and straightforward. Nicely rubberized, I will say. They are quite soft and pliable, so they're going to be nice to use. It's not going to be irritating or anything like that. The 2.4 gigahertz dongle is on the larger side for headsets and stuff that I test these days, which is sort of interesting in of itself. It does have a little blinky light there. You'll see it just next to the Monka logo that's embossed on there. So, and at least you'll know which dongle is which with that, because it's quite shouty. The detachable mic also has a really nicely finished gold connector, and it's molded so that it will fit in the headset perfectly exactly the way that it's supposed to be. And then it's quite a bendy boy as well, so you'll be able to bend it up and down and forward and backwards depending on how groot your kop is. On the left hand ear cup is where most of the pretty much all of the connections and buttons are. So you've obviously got the microphone input, you've then got a Type-C next to that for your charging, you've got a 3.5mm jack if you want to run it off of the normal cable, then you've got the power button next to that, which is multifunction, and then you've got the volume and then a switch actually for the mic. So it's got a switch on and off, tactile feedback and stuff, and that pretty damn good. The power button, as I said, is multifunction. If you triple tap it, it will change between Bluetooth and 2.4 gigahertz mode, and then you've got a 3.5mm jack, which comes out to that tripole type of setup. So they've made it to be able to connect to pretty much any device. It is PS4 and PS5 compatible as well. Now the build for this is a little bit unique in that it's a one size fits all. You can, like I say, detach, it'll come detached, this headband over here, and it's really just one size. It doesn't really have any adjustment point sort of thing. You can make it slightly smaller or slightly bigger with the Velcro, and the Velcro is this newer type style that won't attach to the actual headband itself and rip it to pieces, which is very, very good. Constructionally, I gotta say, this thing is what I would call robust. The RGB as well is quite RGB. It's not really adjustable or anything like that, but it's there and it's quite bright. And funnily enough, it didn't really affect the battery life. It's got an 800 milliamp battery, weighs 280 grams, so it's not the earth on your shoulders, which is a big plus. And the ear cups are oh so soft. They are very nicely padded. Then it's got padding on the inside, and even with my big head, my ear didn't touch the inside of the cup, which is really, really good going from Monka to get it that comfortable. There wasn't a lot of space at the bottom of my ear either. They did circumaural quite well. They did go completely around the ear and attach like that. But now, what about audio quality? And this is where I say things get a little bit difficult for Monka. The 40mm drivers are very boomy. If you like big explosions and stuff in game, having played some CS with them, the bombs and the grenades and stuff were very, very noticeably loud. The audio positioning is actually not bad. As a gaming headset, it actually does its job pretty well. For listening back to music and stuff, when the arrangement is simple, the sounds are easily discernible one from the other. When it becomes a lot more complicated though, the mid-range starts to get a little bit muffled and a little bit washed out. It almost sounds like a speaker that's been submerged or like underwater. The mic as well, it's so quiet, I can't even really test it. It's just so quiet that I couldn't get anything out of it that was like something that I could even reproduce to you, which is a bit of a problem considering you're going to want to use it as a mic-based headset. If you've got the ability to boost it, like on the PlayStation as an example, then that will help. In Windows, there was absolutely no way to boost it, so even if you have it maxed out, it's not really going to be audible to the people that you're trying to speak to be honest. I had to put this thing right in my mouth, like up on my nostril over here, to be able to get audio out of it, which is less than ideal. The audio quality for $500 though, really not bad. The comfort, way ahead. The build quality, way ahead. They just need to get slightly better drivers or just tune these ones a little bit better, a little bit less bass and a little bit more mid-range, just to kind of get it evened out a little bit on the audio profile. It's really not bad for $500 though. I was kind of shocked and surprised. They didn't distort either on their max volume, which is a big plus, but you wouldn't really play them there. I'd say about 80% of the max volume gave the best audio reproduction in general. Positioning, as I said, really not bad either. Constructionally, way ahead of the price point though. For $500, these are like actually kind of overbuilt. The fact that it's got all of this functionality built into it, absolutely fantastic. What would I like to see Monka do with it? Give me a little bit of a better microphone. This one is a bit softer. I'd like the ability to boost it, to add decibel to it, so that I can just boost it enough that people would be able to hear me. Most of the wireless headsets have pretty rubbish microphones, all in all, honestly. You've got to just have a wide mic for it to be a good mic in general. That's just a staple regardless. If it's a 3,000 Rand headset or a 500 Rand headset, it's kind of the staple for them, unfortunately. But from a off the bat, kind of like going into like a bit more of their premium sort of space, overall they've done a pretty good job. I'd still give these like a 7.5 out of 10. That feels like a comfortable rating. Sometimes you only have $500 to spend on a headset, and in that case, this should be a top contender for you. Unfortunately, like I say, the microphone might just cut you out from buying it, and for these, I would put them as like their 4th best product so far that I've reviewed, with the Storm and Guru being almost tied for 1st place up at the top like that. Audio is difficult. It's a difficult one to get right in most cases. Anywho, that is all I have for you on the Marvo Monka Echo. If you have enjoyed this review, please do us help with a like and subscribe, and I will see you on the flip side.